Hello fellow YouTubers, this is Thumbnail Hacks. I'm Bill Doobie. Welcome to today's video. Thanks to George12, his channel is George12. He wanted me to go over the color wheel in depth this week. Thank you to Dr. Suri from Intentional Living. He wanted me to go over color selection for fonts. This is a very subjective and quasi-objective analysis. Color wheels date way back. Famous Artist Series books, Color Wheel, circa 1960. They're talking about mixing acrylics. We're talking about picking colors for the computer. You're not going to see my face for the rest of the video. Stay tuned. It's going to be fun. It's all about colors. I'm going to put all the details down below. If you want to skip the video, you could do that too. Read. Does anybody on YouTube read anymore? You tell me. This is a great starter wheel. We have the primary colors, yellow, blue, red. And then we have the secondary colors, which are orange, green, violet. And I think these are called tertiary colors. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, and red, violet. That's the color wheel. It's that simple. When you're doing lettering, what you a lot of times will do is go opposite on the color wheel. For example, blue, use the yellow. Orange, use a blue. Red, use a green. These are, and if it was a bright red, dark green. Bright yellow, dark blue, bright blue, dark yellow. And so on. I like paint.net because they give you a nice color wheel in graphical presentation, and they also have explanations. This will be a hex code. I'll show you that live. Code of colors, I'll put the link in the description down below. This is an amazing website. I was looking for hex codes. These are hex codes right here. They're 6 digits and letters. You type that into your paint program and that will give you that color. For example, if you're going for the hex for blue, it's 4 zeros and 2 C's and you have blue. What they show here is what blue would look like on a white background, on a black background, on a gray background. This is very good for selecting blue on a, I guess this is a blue background. Let me see, blue text on a 000cc background. So it's, yeah, on a blue background. Not very visible, will not pass the squinty test. And green text on a blue background. They also go into a little bit about the history of the color wheel. These are the primary colors in hex. I'm guessing that graphic artists memorize. If you have like your NFL team colors for the Buffalo Bills, here's the Buffalo Bill team colors. This is a great site, has a lot of information, more so than I can give you in any one video. Now, on to this. Really, it doesn't have to pertain to your videos, but this is about colors and how to light with colors, which is a lot different than how to do thumbnails and whatnot. Just interesting reading. I'll put a link down below for that. Now let's get into editors. And this is Paint 3D, photo editor, paint program. This is all you get for color selection. And you can type in the hex code right here. As a matter of fact, let's go get one. Let's go for purple, secondary purple. How's that? We'll copy that and we'll paste it right into here. Okay, purple right over there. And let's see if I have a brush here. Woo! There's purple. I don't ever use this program. Next program is DrawPad. Not one of my favorite programs, but it works too. And you notice over here on this side of my screen, I can also do the same thing with colors and change my colors using hex. There's many different programs you can use. And this is PhotoPad. It's similar to PaintPad, except it's for photo manipulation, although I find that it also has all the functionality of DrawPad. And then we have what I do 90% of my work in, paint.net. Oh, that's not paint.net. Sorry about that. That actually is fast stone capture. This is great for doing just quick manipulation. Like if I want to go and draw, I have a quick draw palette. It does arrows better than any other program that I know. It's not really a big drawing type program, but see how I can get a nice bendy arrow. If I ever need an arrow like that, I will actually go back to fast stone capture. A lot of my thumbnails actually have several programs that I use to go into them. Here's paint.net, and here's one of my latest thumbnails. What I wanted to talk about was the squinty test. This thumbnail, not the thumbnail that I ended up using, because when you take this and you make it small, watch the screen. Now, I didn't use this exact purple, but you notice how I can't read very well and I can't see what's on there. Now we do the same thing because I got rid of this color. I thought it looked nice, actually. It's nice and contrasty. The blue is the purple is opposite this fuchsia color, and I had these colors here. If I had more time, I would have made this maybe a little bit smaller. You notice the white, even though it's the same level of white, when it goes small, this white gets really dark and this white stays light. This is the color that I ended up going with. Watch as it goes smaller. You still can read it, can read LEDs, but the rest you can't read. And I had that over it even. Look at that. That is clickable. The color selection for the fonts, it doesn't really matter what font you use. Like with the yellow, I went in, let's go here, yellow. Opposite of yellow is actually blue, but I had been using blue, so I went over here to something adjacent and went to orange. And then I put in green too to give it even more of a pop. With the red here, I went with this actually is like a dark green almost. And then here is a gray with a green. And I don't always follow the rules. There are no rules on colors and font selections for color on fonts. One thing that you do want is you want it to pass both the squint test. In other words, when you take it and you bring it down really small, you want to be able to read it. Also, you want something that's interesting that says, oh, click me. This 3 what? Now, they might not be able to read it, but they can see that there's 3 of something there, and it looks kind of interesting, so why not click it? Also, I like to overlap things. How about the one that I just worked on? This was the one that I almost went with. The only thing that it didn't do was it passed the squinty test even. My thought processes were, you get red and yellow, it makes orange. And I actually had some arrows coming off of this circle, which was to touch only the secondary colors, because it was going to go off showing that there's tertiary colors, and I dropped them. So to make this cleaner, all it has is a question mark. All you need to recognize is the question mark. Okay, there we go. Question mark. Now, what we went with, this one, and there's no more gray circle, and just this circle here. And we take that and we go down. Notice it's a lot cleaner. Something about that, go click here. For this video, actually. With this one, it's the same type of thing. I picked green because I had blue over here and they kind of went well. And this was, the background was taken with a Canon SD 780 IS camera. This picture here was taken with my Canon M50. I'd like to overlap things. The walk, this color wheel back over here. And on this one, I did do a lot more opposites. Here's a little bit of overlapping. We used an orange border because it was kind of opposite. Let's see, orange, kind of opposite to this bluish color. Blue here, and the green over here. So I came up with orange for a perimeter. And also, you know, I might have picked the orange first and then picked the green. Actually, I did. So go opposite, to get something that makes it contrast more. With this one, you only see one layer. That's in PNG format. This one's in Paint.net format with layers. My last layer was to add a white line around me. Before that, it was like this, which is a little bit plain. And we can dissect this all the way down. There's the original picture. We bring in a brand stamp. And plus we reformatted this to get it to fit the way we wanted. Layer 6, I don't think there was anything in layer 6. Yes, there was. There was that one little... This is the tree over there. Okay, and then we got the frame. This is how I got the brand stamp to go under the frame, but have the tree go over the brand stamp. So it's behind both. Whoops. This was actually from another video, and I use this as a template to guide me to come up with walk. Then we have me, and this is my Sony Walkman, not Walkman, my Sony digital recorder that I use to record all the voice on the video. And then the last one and there's our thumbnail. And this is how it turned out right there. Ta-da! That is both the color wheel and how to pick colors for fonts. Oh, one last thing. Not all editors do this. The Paint.net editor does. When you pick your font, it's nice to get a little preview of what your type is going to be. For example, this is Back to the Future font, and it shows what it looks like. The Allure font, it shows what it looks like. And there is also a whole video on fonts that I did, and most of it was cautionary. That is everything about color selection, font selection. I just scratched the surface on the color wheel. I kept it as brief as possible. Have a great day and a great week and a great year. Stay COVID safe.